Michelle Obama is a man!
No one realized that Josh Hokit lost tens of millions of dollars in less than 12 hours after disparaging Michelle Obama. Hokit won the boxing match at Trump's birthday party on the White House lawn. However, his post-match comments, which attempted to gain attention by belittling Michelle Obama, not only drew widespread condemnation, but also cost him tens of millions of dollars. First, his inappropriate remarks directly destroyed his commercial reputation, causing several sponsors who had initially approached him to quickly withdraw their offers. This not only directly erased his future brand endorsements worth millions of dollars, but also directly affected his original commercial endorsements. Secondly, as a newcomer who has fought 4 times in the UFC, he could have received a higher salary contract after this victory. However, this public opinion crisis has directly blocked his future promotion path and also led to his isolation by all the senior executives in the industry. Finally, due to UFC's commercial reputation considerations, he is very likely to face suspension or being sidelined. Although the UFC has a culture of free speech, Dana White not only publicly condemned Hokit's vulgar remarks, but also canceled a new contract with him for 8 fights, directly causing him approximately $6 million in financial loss.
Let's be very clear, strong men, men who are truly role models, don't need to put down women to make themselves feel powerful. People who are truly strong lift others up. People who are truly powerful bring others together.
Michelle Obama is overreacting and making a big deal out of nothing. I was just joking with her, just a harmless comment with no bad intent, but she took it and framed it as racism and a personal attack, which is not how I meant it at all. I'll admit, saying that inside the White House wasn't very respectful. But anyone who knows me knows I've always made jokes like this after winning matches or in casual situations. It's just how I talk sometimes.
Michelle Obama. Well, this is all over X today. So this post says that Michelle Obama should sue UFC and this dude for defamation. Harry Sisson's even crashing out about this as well. So I just want to make sure I get this straight, right? Democrats and liberals really hone in on that First Amendment, freedom of speech, when they're talking trash about the president, calling him a pedo and this, that, and the third. But when something is said about them, it's defamation. So again,
the truth about Josh Hokit is he's overrated. That nigga sucks.
So Josh was kicked out of the press conference.
Like my dog! Like my bitch!
He really hasn't been tested well in the heavyweight division, and that's honestly not saying much because that division is so garbage. There's only a few good guys: Cyril Gane, Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira. That's pretty much it. His best fight was Curtis Blades, and Derek Lewis wasn't a challenge at all. Derek Lewis is on his way out. He's just fighting for money. He fucking gets gas. If he can't get that knockout punch, he quits. He's just a heavyweight Terrence McKinney. So I don't think he's really been tested. And the thing is, he's got outstruck by Curtis Blades. He landed maybe bigger shots, but Curtis Blades is not even a striker like that. He's a wrestler. So I think he needs to fight somebody who has real heavyweight power, and he'll get exposed. Like that, all that like showboating and all that taunting, like that shit's gonna get his ass knocked out by an actual skilled heavyweight, an actual fighter who really knows how to fight, who's more well-rounded than just, fucking Derek Lewis. And I mean, Curtis Blades gave him his best fight. Curtis Blades is not a bad fighter, but he's not somebody I look at and see future champion, or will amount to anything in the heavyweight division. He's going to be a top 5, maybe now I'll say top 10 gatekeeper, But the thing is, it's just like I said, heavyweight is really not good. I just feel like he was able to get into a division where it's not as talented, if he were to fight in light heavyweight, or if he were to make it to the middleweight, which, he's a big guy, so I don't think he wouldn't go that far down. He would get exposed by a lot of really, a lot of skilled strikers, a lot of skilled grapplers. Like, I know he was trolling on the armbar with Derek Lewis, but he didn't show no type of technique on that shit. And I just really don't see the hype behind Josh Hokit besides his gimmick, and he says a bunch of like out of pocket shit, and a lot of like, dumbass people flock to that shit. But it's just all fake to me. I think he will get exposed once he fights an actual, real talented fighter.
What is Josh Hocket's deal?
He found his little niche, and it's like this multiple split character. It's working for him. People are talking about him. It's getting him views. Like, you look at all of the interviews he does, and he gets on the press conference. Like, what are we even talking about? Yeah. But everyone's watching.
Josh, there's a lot of fans online that want to see Curtis Blades win. What's your message to those fans, and do you enjoy playing the villain?
They will ask why I gave a black guy a black eye. The simple answer is I'm full of hate because Curtis Blades was involved in Pizzagate. You sick bastard, you will pay. Am I right, Miami?
We've been posting about how this Latino fighter Josh Hockett mocked Michelle Obama.
The issue for him is, what do you say? He could be a $3 or $4 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. If you didn't do these wild antics, could be a $6, $7 million a year through endorsements. Nobody's endorsing the guy that says Michelle Obama is a man, whether they agree with it or not. They want no part of it.
Mm-hmm.
They want no part of it. All these big sponsors, Monster, Dodge, they're not touching it, dude. And now you're there. Be yourself. You can get more endorsement money. They have no choice but to give you big fights.
Mm-hmm.
It got you here, dude. I'm with it. You beat the system. But now we can see the real Josh. Great athlete, great fighter, good mindset, self-belief like a mother trucker. Be that guy.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think he painted himself too far into the corner now, especially when it comes to corporate sponsors and all that?
The Michelle Obama thing hurt him.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt him for a long time.
Is this thing on? The Incredible Hulk says he's gonna put Derek to sleep, like Sleepy Joe. But I liked Derek Lewis, and I just want to apologize for ruining the press conference last time. And I like Taporia too. I like Pereira. Those are my favorite fighters. And so I just want to apologize for all of that. Yeah, I'm nervous right now. It's just regular Josh today. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having me, Dana. I'm trying to keep the Incredible Hulk from not coming out, and so I'm doing my best. Thank you. Laura, I don't play chess, but I know a queen when I see one.
Oh, wow. Josh Hockett just became my favorite fighter.
Wow. Hey, Laura.
Yes.
Laura, I know you don't like coffee because you're tea.
Okay. Sometimes I serve it, Josh. Sometimes I do serve some tea.
Look, man, I gotta draw the line. Honestly, the line has been drawn. But if you actually believe Michelle Obama is a man, you can unfollow me, delete me, do whatever you need to do to make sure I never pop up on your timeline again. And this ain't got shit to do with Republicans or Democrats either, because I'm neither. I'm an independent. That bullshit lie was created to discredit and dehumanize the first black first lady and the first black president. The lie that Michelle Obama is a man has already been debunked and proven to be untrue slander. A lot of y'all are very easily manipulated because all you do is believe memes you see, and then you don't do no research about the meme that you saw. If you did actual research, you see that any meme or any picture that made Michelle Obama look like a man was actually AI generated and proven to be fake already. The only reason that lie is still floating around is because Michelle Obama is black excellence. She's a class act and she's brilliant, which is why Trump's wife stole Michelle Obama's speech word for word. The lie that Michelle Obama is a man is racist because it was only created because Michelle Obama is black. These racist bastards needed a lie to discredit Michelle Obama and to create a false narrative about her. And it was all done because Barack Obama is the first black president. This is nothing but an attack towards him. But Barack Obama ain't been president in 10 years, and these racist white supremacists still can't get over the fact that he was president. America was born on white supremacy, so now this ain't no rage baiting. This is just the absolute truth. Idiots want to believe that Michelle Obama is a man, even though she was born a female and gave birth to 2 children. But yet these fools don't want to believe that Donald Trump is a pedophile protector when he's working hand in hand with Howard Lutnick in the White House. Yeah, Howard Lutnick, who took underage children to Epstein Island after Epstein was a registered sex offender.
This was cool at all.
Josh Hockett has been banned from the next press conference for UFC White House card. And it's pretty funny considering the card's called UFC Freedom 250. One of the American values is liberty and freedom of speech. And he's been censored. Because they didn't agree with what he said. I mean, I don't either, to be fair. But the whole idea is freedom of speech. And they've technically taken it from him on a car celebrating America. And also mentioned the presser before he turned up was absolute pants, bro. It wasn't good. It was boring, the questions were kind of mid, and it wasn't exciting. And so Hockett piped up insulting Pereira, insulting Ilya, insulting Derek Lewis, all of them. Then it was fun. I don't like Hockett. I think he's a weird, I think he's corny, but he's entertaining. Taking him and Derek Lewis out of it does ruin it a lot. Not only for entertainment purposes, but also for the meaning of the event. You know, it's in America, liberty and freedom of speech, all that sort of stuff. It ruins that.
And I think Trump should come out and say something about it. And it would really, and listen, part of being the president is it's pro wrestling. You got to know how to work. You got to know when to be the heel. You got to know when to be the baby face. And when somebody gives you an absolute softball of a potential baby face situation, then you take it. Even though you have so much disdain for the person you might be talking about or putting over or correcting society about, it still makes you look honorable. And that is,
yes, I agree.
And that is the guy that used UFC 250 on the White House lawn saying Michelle Obama is a man. That's just not cool, man. It's not cool. It's not to take a shot at her like that. And Trump may not have a problem with it or may actually chuckle at it, but this is also an opportunity, a big softball, if you will, for him to come in as a babyface, right? Just want to let you know that was uncalled for.
Yes.
I just don't, you're not going to use the platform of the United States backdrop to say those type of disparaging things.
Do you believe President Trump is a racist?
Yeah, no question.
How can you say that?
When you look at the words that he uses, which are historic dog whistles of white supremacy, when you look at how he reacted to the Charlottesville incident where neo-Nazis murdered a woman versus how he manufactures crises like immigrants seeking legal refuge on our borders, it's night and day.
I was just thinking about it, but like, I wonder how much Josh Hokett is going to lose out on like brand endorsements, sponsorships, and just any type of money outside of the UFC. Like, yes, all the controversial things he says are going to grow his brand inside the UFC. He's probably going to make a shit ton more money in the UFC than most people who have a similar amount of fights. Like, that's just how it is because he sells fights like a motherfucker because a lot of people do not like the dude. But the thing is, like, a lot of these UFC fighters are making double what they make in the UFC from sponsorships, or even more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if guys were making 5 or 10 times what they make in the UFC based off sponsorships. And there's going to be this influx of new fighters trying to recreate what Josh Hokett did, like, and be just controversial just for the sake of doing it so they can extend their UFC career or even just get to the UFC. But you have to think about like the White House card. Like, Josh Hokett used it as a chance to be even more controversial, to get people talking about him. But he could have used it as a way to grow his brand and market himself so that he is like a good sellable thing for fucking brands, you know, to get all these sponsorships, to get all this money. And like, he might lose out on a ton of money in the end, even though he's making more money from the UFC.
That guy, Josh Hokett, you know, that's like, he's got a shtick. Like, he's got a character that he does.
Fun.
The Incredible Hulk. And so he's basically like a pro wrestling bad guy who also is a really good fighter.
Right.
So there's a real problem there.
What
this
should
guy
have
keeps
happened?
winning.
Yeah, and he says crazy stuff.
Well, they probably, in retrospect, if they wanted to avoid this, probably shouldn't have had him fight on the White House lawn.
Sure.
Because if he said that at the T-Mobile Arena or in Madison Square Garden, outrageous.
Sure.
But not that big a deal.
But it's but here's what should have happened afterwards. Michelle Obama should have made an Undertaker-like entrance. Let's go in.
All of a sudden, the lights go
The
out.
lights dim.
And then the light goes on the balcony.
If Michelle Obama...
And she comes on a cord. She flies over.
If Michelle Obama had made an Undertaker-like entrance and got in the stage and then body slammed, like, can you imagine? Unbelievable.
That would have been amazing.
The country just exists for ratings now anyway. It's all it exists for. It's just, that's all we're doing anymore. That would have been unbelievable. Here it is.
This isn't The Undertaker, but this is what you guys are, I think, this is stick.
Yes.
She's in the ceiling the entire time.
Michelle Obama comes down. Right. You see Trump starts doing his dance. He's doing his Trump dance. Michelle Obama comes down. She's got a cape.
Bro, it would be the end.
It would have been unbelievable. And
I don't care, middleweight, light heavyweight, anybody could get it. It's the Incredible Hulk division, the real BMF division. Anybody could get it. Hell, if Taporia thinks he can beat me up, fuck it. We'll fight too. Pereira, that's who I want. I don't want Derek Lewis. But since he signed the contract, I'm going to have to beat him up. But I want Pereira. I want a shama on his mama.
Derek Lewis said he's never heard of you.
His mama heard of me. He's gonna hear me when we step into the octagon, when I lift him up in the air and I break him over my knee.
Anyway, thank you for watching Mighty Great Minds Black. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. One love.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.